I thought Maneater would be a shitty game, and boy, I was wrong. Welcome everyone, today we're tackling the Maneater Platinum Hunt as well as its DLC, the Truth Quest. We'll start by a review of the game and our experience getting the trophies, before diving into each specific one, giving you an overview of what to expect. As usual, all the timestamps will be in the video description, if you want to skip to a specific one. And obviously, many spoilers are read, so be warned. Not gonna lie, first time I heard of it, I wasn't thrilled. I saw some footage of the game and wasn't interested. It seemed a bit meh. I thought it would be another of those wildlife simulator and didn't pay too much attention to it until last week. What made me change my mind, you may ask? I was looking for a no-brainer kind of game. The kind of game where you don't have to invest too much attention to the story or progress. Normally my go-to are sports game like NHL, but I wanted something different and saw Maneater on the PlayStation Store. It was on sale and its rating was really good, which surprised me. So I got it, and let me tell you, I don't regret it at all. I'm trying to find the right way to describe Maneater, but it's a tough task. That game is many things. Many labels can be put on it without necessarily being just that. It's a game that is greater than the sum of its parts. And this is due to a fine balance of gameplay, storytelling, comedy, and innovation that, without revolutionizing anything, is still a breath of fresh air. Maneater is an arcady kind of game. The gameplay is simple enough that you get the gist of it pretty quick. Simple, yes, but fun. As being a shark, there aren't too many actions that you can do. But even if it would seem repetitive at first glance, there's enough nuances in terms of strategy to face the various challenges. It also has some RPG aspect, where you can choose your shark mutations and swap or combine them around to fit your playstyle. Yet again, nothing complex, but enough to be satisfying to play around and see what does it for you. It's also an open world game, with various main objectives and side missions you can tackle on your own time, with a simple story delivered perfectly to keep you entertained and wanting to see where it all leads. The progression system is also well thought of, including leveling with XP gained by completing objectives or just eating and destroying. An Infamy system to deliver mini-bosses to go against as you wreak havoc in the community, and of course some resource gathering to upgrade your abilities. All the progression systems are intertwined, meaning the game is designed so you at least progress 2 of them at a time, making each activity seem more worth it to do. Talking about activities, aside from the combat and main story events, you will have some collectibles. 3 types mainly. And apart from the license plates that are just okay, more testing your skills if you want, the 2 others you will want to go after for sure. One, because you get some good loot for it, and the second, because it's just some good fun Easter egg all around. Pure humor as we like it. The DLC introduces 2 new collectibles and challenges, the Quest Line and the Time Challenge that are races around the map. They can be a bit hard, but with the right evolution and once you know the layout, you can achieve them quite easily. The game wants you to succeed, it gives you the tools for it. Now you may ask, what story can a shark have? Isn't it boring to just be swimming in the water? And you could not be more wrong. The story is delivered brilliantly as part of a documentary TV show. A narrator will narrate your story as you go on from an outsider perspective, and the voice acting and delivery is on point. Other parts of the story are delivered via cutscenes that we will touch on during the spoiler section of the trophy hunt. But all you need to know is that while not being complex with twists and turns, it's a well-rounded and satisfying one. I touched on the delivery already, but all the chapters and acts are well-paced, keeping you on your toes and progressing at the same time. Yes, some activities may seem repetitive sometimes, but they serve the purpose of the story overall, and there are never so many of them that you feel discouraged. Quite the opposite in fact. You always want to do one more to see what next. That's the brilliance of this game. It keeps you hooked by being balanced gameplay-wise and interesting and funny story-wise. Is it a perfect game? Of course not. I encountered some bugs where I got stuck somewhere, some game stutters when new elements were loading in the environment, but never during chaotic moments. And it crashed a couple of times. but nothing too dramatic really. I never lost progress though. You have the normal graphic artifact from time to time and the controls were a bit dodgy sometimes. But it's an arcade game. It's pretty forgiving, so when those happen, it doesn't really matter. Looking at the scorecard, it's not a long game. 12 to 14 hours max to complete the platinum, if you take your time, and another 4 for the DLC. Trophy-wise, there's no shenanigans here. You can get them all just by playing the game and doing a bit of cleanup at the end. But nothing too grindy. No online or New Game Plus trophy. Just a good old-fashioned trophy list, and we like that. The scores speak for themselves. Of course, they are my own opinion on my experience with the game. But for a smaller game, it packs a punch. It's just plain fun. So much so that I did actually recommend it to my mates and my brother as a fun game to play. It's worth the price, and right now, the game is discounted, so there's really no excuses. So let's have a look at those trophies, shall we? As usual, we start with the story-related ones, so if you want to avoid major spoilers, you can skip that section. The story starts with an episode of the TV documentary Maneater, where we're introduced to the main character of the series, Skelly Pete, and his son and crew. They are shark hunters, growing from generations. And you guessed it, he's the bad guy of the story. His interview gets interrupted by a report of a shark sighting, one with a rusty harpoon on his side. Skelly Pete rushes to its pursuit, and that's when the cutscene stops, and we are transported to the tutorial part of the game, where we play as said shark. We learn the main mechanics of eating and swimming for the basics, and how to go about with chopping your prey or attacking boats. And after learning the basics, we get our first trophy, Learn to Swim, for surviving the first part of the tutorial. The way the tutorial is set up also shows you some of the objectives and activities you'll have to do during the playthrough. Not long after, we face Skelly Pete and it captures us straight away. But we get a trophy though, Survivor, for surviving death. We cut back to the Maneater docu-series while Skelly Pete opens the shark he just captured to reveal it was a female with a baby shark. The sharkling is still alive. Skelly Pete brands it before it rebels, and it is armed off, jumping back in the water. We then get the game's intro, which is the Maneater docu theme song. Just before starting the game as a young shark in this big open world. Looking at the menu, we can see the different quests and progress we have on. The story is divided in chapters, and certain requirements need to be met before progressing the story. Our first objective is to visit the bayou's grotto. Each section of the map has one, an underwater cavern where you can evolve and it acts as your base, if you will. On the way to the grotto, we eat some more to get more resources and nutrients to spend on those evolutions. Once there, we chose the sonar evolution that was available to us and get our third trophy, Adaptation, for evolving for the first time. Story-wise, from there, your goal will be to get revenge on Skelly Pete. And to do so, you'll have to get bigger, get more evolutions, and then infamy in each region. Some are optionals and some are part of the progress system, so you're not too underpowered for the next events in the story. We'll cover all of those in the rest of the video as they all have their own trophies associated. So after progressing the game and completing various objectives, we reach the adult size and cause enough trouble to get the chance to face Skelly Pete once again. The objective is to go and see what Skelly Pete is about, and this triggers a cutscene of him and his son Kyle on the Cajun Queen before setting up to go and challenge them. They upgraded their boat and fitted it with a cage that we need to destroy before being able to reach them. Once we destroy their boat, that's when we get the Survive the Day trophy. We go to a cutscene where we see ourselves jumping on a boat and dating one of Pete's legs before he stabs us. Kyle decides to get some gasoline and pour it on us, on the boat, and everywhere really. Pete lights up a fire in a gaslighting kind of move and realizes the boat gonna explode while Kyle tries to reach for the fire extinguisher. The boat explodes, Kyle is dead, Pete survived though. He's missing an arm, a leg, and is badly burnt now. He's also pretty mad. We continue to grow and place ourselves on top of the food chain and the wanted list by eating everything in our path, defeating bigger apex predators and more dangerous bounty hunters. This doesn't go unnoticed by Pete, who lost the plot and swears revenge on us. He is planning to poison us and destroy the whole ecosystem, and that's no bueno. And since we obliterated the Cajun Queen, Pete had to get a new boat. After using some colorful language towards the cameraman, he sets up to go and hunt us. Once we're ready, we find him for the final showdown. It's a tough battle, but we prevail and get the trophy. Vengeance is mine. We have him in our grip, but Pete has a last surprise and blow up the boat with us on it. And with that, it's the end of this season of Maneater. It's just on. But since it's a kind of an open world game, we survive and we can go and get the rest of our trophies. Life finds a way. The story done, we can have a look at the rest of the trophies. Most of them are easily acquired or required during the story progression. But it will vary when you get them depending on your playstyle. The first category of trophy is the leveling up and upgrade ones. In Maneater, you gain XP by eating wildlife and humans, destroying things and completing various objectives and collectibles. You start the game as a pup and become a teen until you reach level 4. You will then see a prompt just above the experience bar telling you to visit the grotto, as you will only grow up when you reach the cavern. Some growth are also required to access various parts of the map, so leveling up quickly is a good idea in general. Reaching the teen growth will grant you the growing up trophy. The next growth happens once you reach level 10, and the trophy on your own will pop for becoming an adult. At level 20, you will be able to get to the Elder stage and get the Wiser trophy. And finally, Ocean Terror will pop at level 30, when you'll become a megashark. Defeating bosses and apex predators more than often grants you new evolutions that can be upgraded to make you the real menace of the sea. And you will get 2 trophies for getting those. New Breed, when you'll acquire 50% of available evolutions, and Science Experiment, when you'll get all of them. There are 3 types of collectibles in Maneater, and they are easy to find, especially if you upgraded your sonar. Some can be a bit tricky to obtain if you aren't evolved enough, and some may require some specific evolution to leap higher in the air. The first collectible are nutrient caches, scattered everywhere. Those are great, as they give you easy boosts in nutrients, so I highly recommend getting them as you go. And getting all of them will give you the Deep Sea Explorer trophy. The second collectible are license plates that you need to bite on. They are the tricky ones, as most are out of water, in places that seem out of reach at first, but that become easily accessible with the right evolutions to jump higher and to be able to stay longer out of water. Collect all the license plates and you will get the Garbage Collector trophy. The third collectible trophy is the most interesting one. Simple, yes, but cool in itself. All you have to do is reach each landmark post to check every tourist attractions on the map. They are cool Easter eggs and add a cool aspect to do all the collectibles, especially when you go at them at the same time. It makes it way more engaging and we like that. Find all the landmarks and you will get the tourist trophy. There are 10 levels of infamy to go through in Maneater. Each level has its own mini-boss and grants you some evolutions. They become harder as you go, of course, and to get there, you will need to disturb mankind. Generally, attacking humans or boats will increase the alert until hunters come after you. You then need to get rid of them until you reach the next level and the boss comes in. They aren't region specific, so they will pop wherever you are, and you can easily do 2 or 3 in a row if you find the fight easy enough. And the trophies are simple. You will get Infamy Level 1 for reaching level 1 of Infamy, and Infamy Level 10, you guessed it, for reaching the last level of Infamy. While becoming a megashark, you need to assert dominance on the wildlife of each region, and eventually beat the apex predator that hold each territory. They aren't too hard. Most of them are one-trick ponies, so learning their one attack will make it easily to avoid it and counterattack. They grant a good amount of nutrient and some evolutions, so they are worth doing for sure. You will get the Gator Meat Trophy for killing the apex Rosie, the gator in Forted Bayou. Killing the apex Barracuda in Dead Horse Lake will give you the Delicious Trophy. This one has some henchmen with him to make it a bit more challenging, so just hit them all. In the Golden Shores, you will have to face another shark, a mako, and defeating it will give you the Shark on Shark Violence Trophy. The next apex is another shark, a hammerhead this time, and it's located in Sapphire Bay for the Pounded Trophy. And to complete the shark trifecta, we then face the apex Great White Shark in Prosperity Sands. For the trophy, this is my movie. With the sharks dealt with, we on to bigger things in Caviar Bay, where the Killer Queen Orca waits for us. Once we get rid of her, we get the Treats Didn't Help You trophy. The last apex predator is found in the Gulf. It's a big sperm whale, and obviously it's white and pissed with many harpoons. It's a tougher one, especially with sharks and orcas around that try to nib on you too. But once you beat it, you will get the I Thought You Were Tough trophy. This being the last apex, we also get the new apex predator trophy for getting rid of all of them. The last trophies are completion trophies. You get one once you complete all the collectables, objective, and apex predator in each region. For completing Forted Bayou, you will get the Dominating Trophy. Queen of the Westland will pop for the Dead Horse Lake region. In the Golden Shores, you will get the Tourist Terror Trophy for completing the region. Dropping property values is the trophy for the Sapphire Bay region. In Prosperity Sands, you will get the Vacation from Hell trophy. Completing all the objectives in Caviar Bay will grant you the Entertained to Death trophy. And for the last region, the Gulf, you will get the Ruler of the Deep trophy. The cherry on top, for completing every region, you will get the Queen of the Ocean trophy. And with everything completed, you will get your well-deserved Platinum trophy. After getting the Platinum, we tackled the DLC, the Truth Quest, which becomes available once you completed the story. There are 12 trophies for it, and they follow the same formula as the main game. The DLC introduced some new evolutions, tougher predators, and tougher bosses too. You also get new time trials and collectibles. The story for the Truth Quest is also great, following the same spirit as the main game with a touch of conspiracy theory, and it's for you to find out the real truth. You start the DLC in the main map by following a scent and destroying some human communication devices before making your way to the Plover Island complex. A secret and well-guarded military complex where some experiments of many kinds were made. And that's when we get our first trophy of the DLC, IC Side P, for reaching the new region. There you will find some caches, license plates, and landmarks to discover. Needed obviously for the completion trophy. The difference in Plover Island is with the missions that are more linear a bit and add some timed escape to the gameplay. Nothing too hard, but it's adding a bit of challenge here and there. Story-wise, there aren't any trophies really. You go on to destroy facilities and discover what creature they cooked up in the lab before facing them to maintain your status as an apex predator. You have a similar format of a TV documentary, but this time it's more an internet conspiracy theory diary kind of vibe. Fitting with the story and always really fun to follow. In the DLC, you will be able to level up again, and getting to level 40 will give you the 40 and Flooded trophy. The main new evolution is the Atomic set, a quite powerful one, and quite needed for the boss battle. More on that later. But getting all the evolutions will pop the Atomic Bomb trophy. New Infamy levels are associated with that region, and the enemy are way tougher, more challenging. You will have to strategize a bit more this time around to manage all the different boats and weapons as well as the helicopters. You'll be targeted from everywhere. It will be pure chaos and pure fun, you'll see. And when you'll finally beat Admiral Barbara Terranova, you will get the 4-star rank trophy. Apex predators are back, and this time they have mutations of their own, making them trickier to defeat. You will have to beat 4 of them, with the last one being the final boss of the DLC. You will get the trophy Electric Burn for defeating the Electric Great White Shark. Getting on top of the Shadow Orca will give you the Shadow Killer trophy. And Bonebreaker will pop when you beat the Bone Sperm Whale. Now the last Apex Predator. It is one for the ages, the Atomic Leviathan. It's fast, furious, radioactive, and can throw scales at you. Oh, and it also has a shield and various stages. So here are some traits for this one. You will want to get the Atomic evolutions for everything, so you can get the set bonus. What is good with this evolution is the active attack, where you can throw an atomic beam. Before engaging in the battle, make sure your active is fully charged by hitting some prey on the way. Once face to face with the Leviathan, you will want to activate your atomic beam and shoot him from a distance to break his armor. Then swim around hitting smoldering prey to build your active again while evading his attacks. Once his armor is done, you will be able to make some real damage to it, but not for long though, as its armor regenerates after a bit. Rinse and repeat until its health bar is midway. Then my friend, the fun begins. You will enter stage 2 of the battle, where the Leviathan calls for backup and the 3 previous Apex join for the giggles. Luckily, you don't have to lose time on them. They are more a nuisance than anything. So by evading them and continuing with the strategy, you should be golden. Just be patient and keep swimming fast and evading. Find those easy prey to build up your active and shoot the Leviathan. And when you give him the final blow, you can breathe and enjoy your bronze trophy, Apex Eater. This also marks the end of the Truth Quest story, but there is still some cleanup to do if you haven't done it yet. And 4 trophies are up for grabs. The new quote-unquote collectible will have you eat each region questa. Those tinfoil hat people looking for, well, the truth. Eat them all and you will get the Fanfare trophy. Each region will also have the time trials to complete. They aren't too hard once you figure out the twists and turns. For those trials, getting the evolutions that grant you more launch, mats and swim speed are primordial. Otherwise, you will find that your fish isn't quite speedy enough. So the trick is to go to the grotto, get the right evolutions, and do them all back to back. And once you completed the last one, you will get the perfect timing trophy. Completing all the objectives in the new Plover Island region will grant you the Island Queen trophy. And additionally, completing all the Truth Quest objectives in the main map will pop the last trophy of the DLC, I Can Handle the Truth. Oh, Maneater. What a game and what a pleasant surprise. It hits all the right notes without being pretentious or overstaying its welcome. Do I recommend it? Definitely. It's a lot of fun. It's just a well-balanced game and a well-balanced platinum experience. Granted, if you don't like sharp or arcade game, then yeah, this one might not be the best for you. Look, it wasn't for me either, and I was pleasantly surprised. Video games are about having fun playing them, and this one hit the mark for me. The main game is excellent in itself. Well-paced, good gameplay, we love it. But what the developers did well too is the DLC. It wasn't just another region and 2 or 3 new evolutions for the gimmick of it. No, they crafted a good story with more gameplay elements and different gameplay elements, making it interesting to complete and a different take on the game. The DLC builds on what the main game established to make it better, more interesting and more challenging. Everything is up a notch, as it should be, making going through the DLC story fun as you discover the new gameplay mechanics while tackling a complete storyline that is different from the main one, but fits with the theme too. It's simple, but genius, and it just works. They just made a good game, and you feel the fun, the labor of love that went into it to make it work, to make it good. Now I'm left wanting more. More DLCs or Maneater 2, whatever they want to throw at us next, I'm in for the ride. And this time, I won't wait to play it. So there you go, my platinum experience and review of Maneater. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in our next platinum hunt. See ya!